Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to put together July's Crazy Card Chics packet. So the card looks like this. Your packet looks like this. Here's your instructions. We don't need those today. I'll show you what to do. We have our envelope. I'm going to make sure I got all my stuff out of my envelope. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. We don't need that either, but we have just our soft suede card base. This piece here is for the inside, so if you wanted to stamp it, I would stamp it now, but I'm going to just go ahead and put it into the inside of the card. And today for my adhesive, I'm going to use liquid glue and dimensionals. So just a little bit of liquid glue right here to place that on the inside. Like I said, if you wanted to stamp it, of course I would stamp it before I put it in there in case you have to turn it over and stamp again. But there you go. Then we have another piece of very vanilla, and this one I've run through the die so it has some stitching on it. And now for this one, your tape runner won't hold it down. You'll need something a little bit stronger. That's why I suggest just some liquid glue. So I'm gonna get those corners here. All of a sudden my glue decided to, oh, there he goes again, take a break. But there we go, a little bit on his tummy. Okay, and I'm gonna set this just on the front of our card. Right there, like that. I'm gonna hold it down for just a second and let that glue do its job. Okay, so now we have our card base, looks like that. Now in your packet, I'll be honest with you, I ran out of them when I was doing my demonstrator cards, but in your packet, you have two little tags like this. One of them I have printed off on the computer, happy birthday. And like I said, I ran out during making my demonstrator cards and didn't want to have to print a whole nother sheet. So I gave you one that was blank and one that was printed on. I'm gonna take that blank one and just use this art gallery stamp set and just stamp happy birthday. You could also do congratulations or any stamp that you have that would fit onto this tag. I'm gonna use soft suede ink, but I think any brown would work, or even black. I like my sentiments in black too. But I'm gonna ink up my stamp and just stamp it down there on that tag. I'm gonna hold it down there, let that ink sink in. And then there I have a tag that you can customize, because like I said, I gave you a blank one and one that already has the happy birthday on there. And then I'm going to go ahead with just some liquid glue and I'm going to place it onto my label here. Now I'll tell you, it's a tight fit between those stitch marks, so that's why I like to use the liquid glue, and then that way when I get it down I can slide it around and put it into place so then it looks good like that. Okay, now I'm going to use this piece here for placement. I want that about there. You notice I haven't put any adhesive on there, but I think I want my greeting to be about there. So then on this piece, this sprig, this is garden green, I'm going to just put a little bit of liquid glue on the leaves here. A little bit goes a long way, so don't worry about over adhering it, I guess is the word. A little bit down there, and then I'm going to just move this out of the way and set that about there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be somewhere a little bit, I guess, right of center. So now we have that down. Then I'm going to get two of these fern sprigs, I'm going to call them, and I'm going to put just a little bit adhesive on these bigger leaves here down at the bottom, maybe a little bit up the spine. I think that's what it's called, but I have a little bit of glue, and now I'm going to place this toward the bottom here and have it curve out toward the edge of the card like that. Hold that down just for a second, let that glue do its job. And then on the other fern sprig, I'm going to do the same thing glue wise. A little bit down here, a little bit up the spine, and then this one I'm going to place at an angle this way. And what I'm doing really is leaving a blank spot right here, because I'd like to cover most of the card that I can, and my bigger mushroom, my larger mushroom, is going to cover here. Okay, so we have that. Now you have this piece in your kit, and I'm going to just take a pair of paper snips and I'm going to cut these little mushrooms out. So first I'm going to separate them because it's easier to work with a smaller piece of paper. and then just quickly, and I'm not going to leave any border. I'm going to get it as close to that very vanilla mushroom as I can, so you can't see any of that real red underneath it. A little bit more here. And I'm going to even use my envelope here because it's a white or very vanilla background, and I don't see any red, so I'm pretty happy. And to save time on the video, I went ahead and cut a bigger one out beforehand so you didn't have to sit and watch me do that. Okay, so now my mushrooms are ready. I'm going to just take a couple of dimensionals on the back. Now, you use whatever adhesive you have. I just like when my cards pop just a little bit. So I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of my large mushroom, and then I'm going to place the top of my mushroom in that space that I created right there. Okay, then with my little mushroom, I'm going to put a dimensional over in this corner here, and only in that corner, because I'm going to layer them on top of that large mushroom, and I don't want the dimensional to be in the way. So we're going to just layer him there. Then with my tag here, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals, one on each end, like that. And then just set this at the bottom of my mushrooms. And there you go. So there is July's Crazy Card Chics card packet put together. Alrighty, thanks for joining us for Crazy Card Chics. I hope to see you back here in August. Take care. Bye-bye.